So we're going to learn how to solve rational equations by cross multiplying, and the only thing we have to do is, as the title says, we just have to cross multiply. So we're going to have 4 times x squared minus 1 equals 12 times 3x plus 3. Now here you have different choices, and what I'm going to do is that I'm going to divide both sides by 4, because by doing so then I can simplify this. So it will be x squared minus 1 equals 12 over 4 is 3 times 3x plus 3. We could have distributed this and distributed the 4 as well, but then we would have ended up with larger numbers, so we want to avoid that if we can. From here we're going to distribute the 3, so it's x squared minus 1 equals 3 times 3x is 9x plus 3 times 3 is 9. So we have a quadratic equation, and when we have a quadratic equation, if we want to solve it, we have to make the equation equal to 0. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move the 9x and the 9 to the other side by subtracting 9x and 9 to both sides. So this is what I'm going to end up with. I'm going to end up with x squared minus 9x minus 10 equals 0. From here we're going to factor. So we're looking for factors of negative 10. The sum is negative 9. So that's going to be negative 10 plus 1 equals 0. Then we make each one of them equal to 0. So that means that x is going to equal 10 and x is going to equal negative 1. Now we're not done yet. These equations have something called extraneous solutions, and what it means is that even though we have two answers, we can go back and substitute them into the original equation, and they may not always be true. So that is the reason that it is very, very important that we go back and check the answer, and this has to be done always, all the time. So I have that x equals 10 and x equals negative 1. Let's go ahead and try first x equals 10. If x equals 10, then we will have 4 over 3 times 10 plus 3, and that is supposed to equal 12 over 10 squared minus 1. So then this will be 4 over 3 times 10 is 30 plus 3, 33, equals 12 over 10 times 10 is 100 minus 1 is 99. And we can simplify this one. If I divide 12 by 3 and 99 by 3, let's see what I get. 12 divided by 3 is 4. 99 divided by 3 is 33. So then this one is a valid solution. So x equals 10 is okay. Let's try now x equals negative 1. For x equals negative 1, it will be 4 over 3 times negative 1 will be negative 3 plus 3 equals 12 over negative 1 times negative 1 will be positive 1 minus 1. See what happens? We're going to end up with negative 3 plus 3 equals 0, and we cannot divide by 0. Therefore, this other answer, x equals negative 1, is not an answer. This one is an extraneous solution. Let's try another one. We're going to try now 2 over x minus 1 equals x plus 4 over 3. So we're going to cross multiply, and we're going to end up with 6 equals x plus 4 times x minus 1. We're going to FOIL this, so it is 6 equals x squared minus x plus 4x minus 4. So this is 6 equals x squared plus 3x minus 4. Just like on the previous example, this is a quadratic equation, so I want to make it equal to 0, so I'm going to subtract 6 from both sides. And that's going to give me 0 equals x squared plus 3x minus 10. After this, we have to factor. So we're looking for factors of negative 10. The sum is 3. So I know that one of them is going to be positive and the other one is going to be negative, because that is the only way that I can end up with a negative product. And it's going to be 5 and negative 2. We make this equal to 0. So this means x equals negative 5, and this means x equals 2. So now we're going to go back and we're going to plug it in. Well, we're going to substitute those two values into the original equation. So first we're going to try negative 5. So it's going to be 2 over negative 5 minus 1. It's supposed to be the same as negative 5 plus 4 over 3. Well, 2 over negative 5 minus 1 is negative 6, equals negative 5 over 4 is negative 1 over 3. And if I simplify negative 2 over 6, that is negative 1 over 3, which is the same as negative 1 over 3. So that means that negative 5 is indeed a solution. So we're good with this one. Now we're going to try x equals 2. So again, we're going to go back to the original equation and we're going to substitute x with a 2. So it's going to be 2 over 2 minus 1 equals 2 plus 4 over 3. So then it's 2. 2 minus 1 is 1 equals 4 plus 2 is 6 over 3. So 2 equals 2. That means that this one is also a solution. So just because you already found one of the solutions, that doesn't mean that the other one is not going to be a solution, or vice versa. So you never know. You always have to test the answers you get. And that's it for this one.